Welcome back to Midnight History File. Tonight, we travel quietly to the year 1325. There are no glowing castles in golden sunlight, no heroic music, no cinematic armor shining in the breeze. Only cold air, hunger, and the constant awareness that survival is fragile. You wake before dawn, not because you are rested, but because the church bell echoes across the village. It is your alarm clock, loud, unforgiving. Your bed is a sack filled with damp straw. It rustles as you shift your weight. Tiny insects live inside it. Fleas bite at your ankles, lice cling to your hair. This is normal. Everyone has them. You are 22 years old. In medieval Europe, that is no longer young. Your back aches from years of labor. Your hands are cracked and rough. Your teeth throb faintly from decay that will never truly heal. The air inside your hut is thick with smoke from last night's fire. There are no glass windows, only wooden shutters. Light struggles to enter. Around you, your family begins to stir. There are no private rooms, no doors to close. Just bodies sharing warmth in a single dark space. Outside, the ground is wet with mud, and the day ahead will demand everything from you. Your home is small, wooden, and fragile against the elements. The floor is packed dirt. When it rains, water leaks through the thatched roof and turns everything damp. When it is dry, dust fills the air and settles in your lungs. Animals sleep inside with you. A goat in one corner, chickens near the doorway. Their warmth helps in winter, but their smell never truly fades. Bathing is rare. Water must be carried from a distant well or river. Heating it requires firewood, and firewood is valuable. In some forests, gathering wood without permission can lead to punishment. Your clothes are simple. A rough wool tunic worn almost every day of your life. It scratches your skin constantly. Underneath, perhaps a linen shift if you are fortunate. Washing garments is difficult and time-consuming, so they remain stained and stiff. There is no mirror to inspect your appearance. No perfumes to hide odor. Cleanliness is not a daily expectation. It is a rare luxury. The morning air is sharp and cold. You step outside barefoot or in thin leather shoes that offer little protection. Mud presses between your toes. You have not yet eaten. You have not yet worked. But already, you feel tired. Soon, hunger reminds you that the day must begin. Breakfast is not a feast. It is survival. A wooden bowl of pottage waits near the fire. It is a thick stew made from grains, beans, and root vegetables. The same pot has been simmering for days. New ingredients are added to what remains of the old. The taste is bland. Salt is precious and carefully rationed. Spices are nearly unknown to peasants. Meat appears only on rare feast days, and even then, in small portions. Beside the bowl is a piece of dark bread made from rye or barley. It is dense and hard. Sometimes ground acorns or other fillers stretch the flour further. You chew slowly, careful not to crack a weakened tooth. Water is unsafe to drink. Wells are often contaminated. Instead, you drink weak ale. Even children drink it. The alcohol content is low, but it is safer than the water. This meal does not energize you. It simply prevents collapse. There is no coffee, no sweetness, no comfort. Once finished, you wipe your mouth with your sleeve. Now, the real work begins. Nature calls before you leave for the fields. There is no indoor bathroom. You step outside into the cold morning light. If your family owns a bucket, it may serve as a toilet. When full, it is emptied into the street with a shouted warning. In towns, waste flows openly along the roads. Rain spreads it. Heat intensifies the smell. People walk carefully, but accidents are common. There is no toilet paper. Straw, leaves, scraps of cloth, or even bare hands are used. Soap exists, but is not common for daily hygiene. Disease spreads quietly in these conditions. People do not understand bacteria. Illness is blamed on bad air or divine punishment. Even castles use crude waste systems. Guardrobes, small rooms built over vertical shafts, drop refuse into moats or pits below. During sieges, attackers sometimes climb through these same openings. Relief offers no comfort. It is cold, unpleasant, and public. You wash your hands in a shared basin if water is available. Often, it is not. There is no sense of embarrassment, only necessity, and the sun is rising higher. Work defines your life. If you are like most people, you are a peasant bound to land owned by a lord. The fields stretch outward in long, narrow strips. They are not yours, yet your survival depends on them. You carry simple tools, a wooden hoe, a sickle with a worn blade, perhaps an ox if your village is fortunate enough to share one. From sunrise until sunset, you labor, digging, planting, harvesting, repairing fences, clearing stones from soil that never seems generous. There are no weekends. Sunday may offer brief rest for church, but urgent tasks often ignore the calendar. Blisters form on your palms. Your back bends lower each year. You do not question the system. It is the only world you know. If harvests fail due to weather or pests, famine follows. Hunger is not rare. It is feared. You work because if you stop, you do not eat. If you cannot work, you may become a burden. There is no retirement, no safety net, only endurance. If you are a woman, your labor does not end in the fields. You rise before others to prepare food. You spin wool into thread. You mend clothing. You care for children who begin working at a young age. Childhood is brief. By 5 or 6, children help with simple tasks: carrying water, watching animals, gathering sticks. Education is rare for peasants. Most cannot read. Knowledge is passed through spoken words and observation. Illness is common. A fever can be fatal. Childbirth is dangerous. Many women do not survive multiple pregnancies. Medicine is basic and often ineffective. Herbs are used. Prayers are whispered. Bloodletting is practiced. If infection spreads, there is little that can be done. Pain is endured quietly. Complaints are seen as weakness. Yet despite hardship, families form bonds. Stories are shared near the fire. Songs echo softly at night. Moments of warmth exist, but they are fragile because tomorrow, the labor begins again. Your teeth ache constantly. There is no toothbrush waiting beside your bed. Some people chew twigs to clean their teeth, others rinse with wine or vinegar, but decay is common. Bread made from coarse flour contains tiny stones from grinding. These wear down enamel over time. Cavities form. Gums swell. If pain becomes unbearable, a barber surgeon may pull the tooth using iron tools. There is no anesthesia, only strong drink and restraint. Infection is the greatest danger. Without antibiotics, a simple abscess can spread into the bloodstream. Many people die from what would now be considered minor problems. Smiles are not bright. They are cautious. You speak carefully, aware of discomfort, and still, work continues. Winter arrives without mercy. There is no insulation inside your hut. Wind slips through gaps in the wooden walls. Smoke from the hearth clings to the ceiling. Firewood must be rationed carefully. Too little, and you freeze. Too much, and supplies vanish before spring. You sleep wrapped in wool, yet your breath still fogs in the air. Fingers stiffen, toes lose feeling. Frostbite is not diagnosed. It is simply endured. Summer offers no relief. Heat traps itself inside the hut. Flies gather around food. Sweat soaks your clothing, which cannot easily be washed. Storms threaten crops. Drought withers them. Weather controls everything. You look to the sky often and hope. Religion shapes your understanding of the world. The church bell marks time. Priests deliver sermons about sin and salvation. Many believe suffering on earth will be rewarded in heaven. Festivals tied to saints' days provide rare breaks from routine. There may be music, simple dancing, shared meals. These moments shine briefly against the darkness of labor, yet fear remains constant. Plague, famine, war, and bandits are real threats. Travel is dangerous. Roads are unprotected. News spreads slowly. Most people never travel far from their birthplace. The world is vast, but your life remains small. Still, you endure. As night falls, you return home exhausted. Your muscles tremble from effort. Your stomach is never completely full. Your body carries scratches, bites, and aches that will not fade quickly. You eat another bowl of pottage, perhaps a small piece of cheese if fortune allows. You sit close to the fire, listening to quiet conversation. There is no artificial light, only flame and shadow dancing on wooden walls. You lie down once more on your straw mattress. The insects are still there. The air is still thick with smoke. Tomorrow will be the same. And yet, you survived today. In the Middle Ages, that was victory enough. Sleep comes slowly, because morning will arrive too soon. If you enjoy traveling through the darker corners of history, consider subscribing to Midnight History Files. Here, we explore the realities behind the myths calmly, slowly, and honestly. Rest well, and I'll see you in the next chapter of Midnight History Files.